Greetings, everyone. What is Grandpa's old tractor? Caught my interest mowing around it all the time, so I decided to find out. Why don't you watch the video to find out more? Thanks for watching. Greetings, everyone. This is Larry with Rushing Forward Adventures. We're off on another little bit different kind of adventure today. I'm not going to let the cat out of bed, but we are going to see, we're headed east. We are going to see some, maybe a few bridges, but something else that kind of has my interest. So, at any rate, I will come back to you when we start arriving at our destinations. It's early Saturday morning and foggy. And get this seatbelt latched. All right. Well, I'm gonna grab me some breakfast here, and I will be on my way. I'll be back to you when we arrive at our first site. Thank you. Well, greetings, everyone. I've arrived at my destination for today, or the major one anyway. I'm gonna give you an idea where I'm at. It is two things. It is a museum. However, it is only open on Saturdays 1 to 4 p.m. and it's about a 3-hour drive from my home location. But see if you recognize that piece of machinery. Old steam shovel. Marion Steam Shovel Company. This is next to the Marion, Ohio, Marion County Fairgrounds. And we are actually at the Huber Machinery Museum. And the reason why I've been wanting to come over here is because well, two reasons really. They Huber built the transport tracks for the rockets that took the astronauts to the moon, and two, my great-grandfather has had a Huber tractor. Cable operated steam shovel. This is awesome. This is just out in the front. It says it's a Marion Steam Shovel Model 21. At any rate, well, I'm gonna walk around here to the museum and go in. Got to make sure that I can film in there, but I'll be back with you shortly. Well, here's the front of the building. Huber Manufacturing Company, incorporated in 1875. There's a two-bottom plow and a disc. I'm going to assume they're Huber. At any rate, well, let's go inside. Oh wow, admission is free. Cool. Well, I'm in the front entrance, but there's a plaque about Edward Huber.
Well, was that your red truck out here?
Invented a roving hay rig.
Yeah, he's sitting out here. So, yeah, we had 3 guys come from Portland, from York, Pennsylvania, coming from Portland this morning in here.
Sure, those numbers won't
you know, this stuff won't, but the rest of this stuff would be, all the LCs would be on this here.
Draw bar horsepower is 27.
But that 27's
I got that in my little Massey now.
but it's a tougher 27. Even the new ones. I've got a lawnmower it's probably 24 to 27 horsepower, and I got a Cub Cadet that's 12. The Cub Cadet that's 12 is stronger than that big one because it was based totally different. And but yeah, this here it says it's a row crop design, and see you could use that for 2 and 4 cultivators.
Okay, that's
and and then it had both hand lift and power lift, and it was used for plowing, working the soil, planting, cultivating, harvesting, threshing. I mean, they'd use it for everything. It's an all-purpose tractor.
Well, Grandpa had actually 3 threshing machines. 2 of them still there on the property, so hey, it's very possible they were using it to do that.
Well, see, the belt pulley over there would be for the thresher.
Yep.
They would hook that on. And,
well, I went over to the Tipton County Threshing, the mid-state or mid-thrashing show.
Oh yeah, Mid-Ohio. Plain City.
No, this is in Indiana.
Portland?
No, Tipton County, Indiana. It's a mid-American or mid-American thrashing show, and way back when my father was still alive.
Oh, okay.
They actually had threshing machines set up out there, and they were running them off of.
Well, see, they used to run them off the steam engines, and the steam engines they was just a short-lived. I gave a tour this morning. The guy was telling me, he said, with steam engines on, it was a short-lived area, and they would pull a plow, but normally one of the bad features they attracted.
All right. Well, this is one of the rakes that made Huber his fortune. He apparently sold 200,000 of them for $5 each he started in 1863. And it's a folding rake. It would rotate as it's raking up the wheat and so forth like that. And but we are actually in the museum part of it. I went first to find out what kind of tractor that old tractor that my great grandfather had was. Turns out it looks like it's an LG series tractor. There's some old tooling and so forth. Now Huber did make they made toward the end of their span they were making, instead of farm tractors, they were actually making, as you can see, cement rollers, highway equipment. They made the crawler that took the shuttles and the rockets to the launch pad. There's some little models. Pictures everywhere. There's some of the different castings. Pretty neat. Here in this area, I guess they went into the 70s, and then the majority of it moved to the Carolinas, which then the Carolinas, one of the Carolinas, they ended up closing that plant, but they still maintain the crawlers that NASA uses at Cape Canaveral. But I didn't know that they actually made thrashing machines, and there's actually some of them in here in the museum, which I will show you here in a moment. But the tractor that my grandfather actually had, and now my aunt owns, is an LG. And apparently it was built in 1938. But what's weird about it is it's this, and even though this one's got metal wheels, it's got this steering mechanism on it. And I always thought that was weird. Of course, the crank's in the front of it, but instead of having steel wheels, it's got rubber tires, but it still has these steel spokes. Any rate, there is an LG here, but there's only one. We'll go around here, and apparently Huber did start with steam ones. So there is a 1918 Huber Light 4. 4-cylinder, could pull a 314 plow. This tractor has a Waukesha engine. This type of tractor was built between 1916 and 1928. Only a few still remain of the 6500 built. So, actually come out of Huntington, Indiana. Now, the rubber padding on the wheels, I'm sure, was added, because this one, if you notice, doesn't have. But the radiator sets sideways, and the engine sets sideways. You drive from there. Awesome. And then now this is steel wheel. This is another Waukesha motor. .27 horsepower, 1931. Could pull a 2 or 3 bottom plow. Wishbone style front and rear axle. Okay, well, there's the wishbone front axle. I can't see the back axle being a wishbone, but all right. High allowing clearance allowed the tractor over corn crop without crop being broken over. Okay. And here's the Model L.
Oh, yeah?
This was built in 1938.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's a long set.
This is an entry-level standard tread 2 to 3 bottom plow tractor size. Built from 37 until World War II, suspended operations and building. This is the only Model L produced in 1938 with factory starter, battery, and generator. So you notice the crank. Most of them were started by crank. This is the only one that was built with a factory starter, which, see the starter down there, generator right there. Probably about a 15 amp generator. Nice. I like them lights. Huge lights. But see, now this one has a steering gear going down there with an arm. Drag link. No, that's actually a co-op tractor, not a Hoover, the red one. Here's an orange Hoover. I don't know if this was more for the, well, we'll just see. Boy. Yeah. Look at that drive shaft and the brake on the drive shaft. And yeah, woo, Betty. Safety first. This was, this has a Continental diesel engine in it. This is a diesel. 38 horsepower.
Now, which tractor is this, Jeffrey?
Global farm tractor. Huber Global. To enter the international market after World War II, Huber designed and built 10 working models of the upgraded Model B tractor named the Global. These tractors were intended to use the Continental gas engines in either diesel or gas. This is one of 4 known to exist of the 10 produced. Ooh. Wow. Only 10 were produced. There's a co-op. But if you look at that co-op, that sorry about that, that keeps messing up on me here. Here's the modern farmer MFC co-op tractor. Modern farmer cultivating tractor was Huber's entry in the 2 to 3 plow design, which is also used for belt power and cultivating. MFC was sold to the Farm Bureau as a co-op tractor to be sold to Farm Bureau members. Through years, nearly 300 Huber tractors were sold to Farm Bureau as co-ops. Tricycle design, and it looks just like that. Well, that's a Huber, yeah. That's why so much of it looks familiar. That's because they built several for co-op, Farm Bureau co-op. Cool. Okay, here's a 2036. Built 1931, powerful and versatile farm tractor, threshing power equipment, employing a 3 or 4 14 plow, could turn 10 to 15 acres per 10-hour day. Woo. Dang. They'd turn 10 to 15 acres now in a matter of an hour, probably. Forward speeds range from 2 to 3.5 miles an hour. The belt speed was 616 RPM. That there is what would determine speed. Magneto here, canister style oil filter. This actually has an oil filter on it. We'll get to the Huber Super 4. Look at them steel wheels. Don't they think they're, boy, daggone, I mean, they'd chew into the ground, wouldn't they? Number 7588. See how the fan's mounted sideways? There's one over there like this too. I don't understand the advantage of doing this, but this is a, built in 1924. This is a Super 4 gas tractor. Huber started building the Super 4 cross motor tractor in 1920, and it used a Midwest engine and was rated at 15 to 30 horsepower. Okay, well, primarily used for belt work, which would be running either a sawmill or a thrashing machine, and so it's portable. Large front wheels made the machine easier to steer. Well, yeah, I'm probably.
There's a lot of pictures of these all through here that's got different workers. Now, some of these are a lot farther back. But then some of these down here, they got bowling teams and different things. And I'd always like to find somebody that knew some of these people where we could label who they were.
Okay, those are the brakes. That's probably throttle and spark with the levers. That's engagement.
I know there's more.
Okay, that's probably the speed there.
This is all right now that I know of.
Don't know.
Sometimes people pass pictures on.
But there's a thrashing machine right there. Belt driven, running off of Hooper.
I don't really know. I don't know if I've known anybody in these.
Look at this humongous thing. Steel wheeled, huge belt drive. So this in here is a Hoover 2040 Super 4, built in 27. Driving wheels have 56-inch diameter and nearly 20 inches face. Yeah, see that massive face? That's 20 inches wide. Initially, it was rated at.
Yeah, one of these days we'll find somebody that can identify some of these people. And let's see, here's this is 45.
This tractor size was later re-rated to 32 to 45 horse. Okay, drawable horsepower initially was 20, so it actually went up to 32 to 45. Now this in here is the LG, which you saw probably earlier in the video. This is basically what my grandpa had. Great grandpa had. Grandpa had too, but at any rate. And when the remnants of it are sitting basically over at my aunt's house. But it's that's what it's supposed to look at like. I thought always that it was supposed to have fenders on it, but this does not have fenders on it. So at any rate, I already took pictures of this, so let's go on to the next. This is the HK gas tractor, built in 1938. Built a lot of different models in the 30s. Okay, so this is just a improved 2036 because it has basically everything on it the 2036 had on it. All right, this one's built in 1938. It may be a Waukesha motor. Can't tell. Now here, this is why it looks so much like a co-op, because there's one of the later models. Yeah, this one was built in 1940. 27 horsepower Model B tractors were some of the very first styled tractors and started to trend away from square front tractors. Although other manufacturers changed their entire line of tractors to be styled tractors, Huber continued to manufacture all their other models as square front tractors until they stopped production in 1942 to 1943. These tractors were easily capable of handling farms of 100 to 200 acres. During production, the 37 to 39 Model Bs were painted olive drab. From 1939 to 1941, they were painted gray with red wheels. Okay. The final production of late 1941 through 1943, these tractors were painted red. Here's another Super 4. This one was built in 1924. Again, another sideways motor. Now see that wooden drive on the pulley right there? To drive the belts. So this is a, and what's weird is this was built in 1930. Has a Waukesha motor in it. It's a 2036. Okay, so they weren't the Huber green. They believed they were painted red. Well, there is maybe some remnants. I don't know. Look at the massive steel wheels. Wow. Massive. Okay. Here's some more Model Bs. And there's a road maintainer. This is built in 72. Like I said, Huber was still making tractors and road maintenance equipment. Much later, it has a grater blade and a bucket. It's got a Ford engine in it. Marion power shovels there, which apparently Marion steam shovel and or Marion power shovel and Huber were closely related. Here's a Model B row cropper. This one's built in 1937. A little bit about the persons that owned it. Still magneto driven. This is not a, I don't think this is a Waukesha motor. Don't even look like a, I don't know what kind of motor that is. That's not a Continental. Did it say? Don't recognize that motor. But this, the cables up here in the front are for choke. because you're cranking up here through the choke. So, hand cranking them. So even though they had most of the, or some of them had starters, this one has a starter. This does not have a starter. If you'll notice, the one next to it looks identical. It does have a starter and generator. See? So why they were, if it has a starter and generator, why they're still running a magneto, I'm not sure, but that's. And this in here, this tractor was manufactured with rubber tires on the front wheels and steel wheels on the rear. This one was built 1937. That was built in, wow. August and September. All right, well, just depending on what they ordered, I guess. This one was ordered with a generator and starter. There's Marion Power Shovel display there. This neat, somebody made a wooden thing. I don't know if they consider that a drag line or not. I thought a drag line was you pulled toward you. But, so this was used to demonstrate that the salesman would actually take it around with them so they could demonstrate the cable workings and all that stuff. Don't want to give everything away, folks. I mean, you need to come over and see this for yourself. Nice day trip from Indiana. But there's a thrashing machine. Now there is a big grader. Well, I wonder when that was built. Okay, 63. Oh, 671 Detroit. Yep, 2-cycle motor. The Huber Warco 5D 190 grader was designed to meet rugged requirements for construction, mining, and logging. Marion County engineers donated it, so apparently they were using it. Well, there's another hay rake. Yeah, Detroit diesel. Hay cranes. Hay carrier. Grapple hay. Hay grapple there. That's for not baled, that's for loose hay. Hay rack. Size. So what? Oh, that's a hay knife. I'll be darned. I got one of them.
Or steel.
Hay knives were used to cut loose hay from mow or stack and cut to silage and used for silage. For a silo.
Oh, just compliment.
Huh. Well, now I know what that is. I always wondered what that was. Okay.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Kids looks like it's eggs.
Hand sickle. Hay knife. What's this? What? Hay sling. Oh, they did. Oh, okay. All right. So hay sling. Okay, that makes sense now. Very, very old threshing machine. Very, very old threshing machine. Now that seat's not a part of this threshing machine, I don't think. No, there's something else underneath that. That's probably for the draw. Oh, I know what that's for. This is for horse drawn. That would actually attach to the front of this. Okay, that makes sense. See the big old oil can? Because they had to oil them things. This is a cider press. We saw those over there at the Adams Mill. Platform scale bagger. Here's another old thrashing machine.
Can you imagine operating that thing? Oh my goodness.
Safety first, right?
Yeah.
Everything sticking out can grab anything you're walking by.
This is what my dad was in the kitchen. You can't even manage it, operating something like that.
That's the biggest one they made.
I don't know.
I'll show you a big equipment.
That's weird.
That 301M. It's a big shovel.
Yeah, those trucks are huge too.
Yeah, see that cab on top of it?
Oh, it is, this is?
That's the cab. No matter how big it is. You don't want that big from here, but that's the cab.
Corn husker shredder.
Yeah, you had it out of the car, so it's probably in the car.
You're standing in the cab where that shovel. The top part.
Contains 3 to 4 sets of rolls which strip the husk from the ears of corn. The ears were conveyed to a waiting wagon. Oh, okay.
It's huge. We've just got to get to where we can get the equipment in there and take it off.
There's a
Grass, it's coming off. The original,
flathead 4.
but up here, there's that big.
This is more of a,
They said it takes a heck of steam or a big.
this is a combine, huh? Harvest King.
Yeah.
Built in 1939.
I said, well, we're gonna work on
A Hercules motor.
everybody else said the same thing. They
So this was a, so they actually, Hoover made a combine too.
no idea. I don't know anything about it. But see, even that was.
Wasn't self-propelled, but isn't that just neat? All right, there's one more thrashing machine over here, wooden one, built in 1904. Oh my. All wood construction, the Hoover separator was one of the most popular and widely used machines among custom thrashing. Solely its record for good working. See the more strong tow bar there. Belts wood driven. Used for blocking the steam engine while operating the thrashing machine. Number 4 jack. Oh, there. Number 4 jack.
What we'd like to do is, like I said, put it here.
Number 3 jack.
And put this over here.
Blocking the steam engines. There's another one of them hay rigs, a little later
My
design.
suggestion is if they're going to
There's
ever
a
get back out again, then we need to put
photo.
that maintain.
There's a Hoover Sulky rake. Sulky. Hoover Sulky wood revolving rake. Or strong.
These tractors we can push around, but I don't think that may hold.
here's your another threshing machine. These are bean and pea thrashers, built in 1931. Bean and pea thrashers differs from grain thrashers in it has 2 cylinders and 2 separate sets of racks. The front cylinder is designed to thrash only those beans and peas from the pods that are dry and brittle and easily shelled. The front thrash directly behind the cylinder allows the beans to be dropped through to be conveyed to a cleaning mill. Huh. Okay. The grates that went on that you drive across, some of them are Fairbanks and from Fairbanks Steam Engine Company, which is Marion. Wow. Fairbanks Steam Shovel Company. It's believed that Huber eventually took over Fairbanks Steam Company. At any rate. Steel scrapers. Road scraper, horse-drawn. Well, some of the first roads built in Indiana were probably done by using the type of machine like this. You just scoop it up. New Huber Supreme. Thresher Supreme, built in 1928. Supreme thresher was one of the most popular in what he used. Interesting. But I see an old Huber steam tractor. And look at that steam tractor. And that just neat as all get out. See the oil in cans? Have no idea what all those levers do. But whole 18 horsepower. But massive. Look at that massive wheel. Here. Wow, this is awesome. Massive. Look at the steering gear that they use on that. And it goes to chain to turn the chain. That's how you turn it, is you actually chain steering. Well, okay. Let's see here.
I've always wanted to have my own truck with the welder and the generator.
Oh, these are Huber jacks. That's how you jack it up to keep it stationary. Nice little wheelbarrow too. Here it is. Built in 1914. It was developed to be used for thrashers, sawmills, and other industrial. But could pull a plow too. Anyway, there's another 2036. This one was built in 1930. Now this is a canopied Uber tractor Super 4, but it's a little different design. And this one was built in 31. This tractor first appeared in 1927 and originally built as the 2040 power unit, but after favorable showing in Nebraska, test number 126, they were re-rated to 32 to 45 horsepower in 1929. This is a combined farm tractor and belt work power unit. These tractors use a 5 1/8 by 6.5 inch bore and stroke, 4-cylinder Stearns overhead valve DU motor. 5 1/2 inch bore and a 6.5 inch stroke. Holy cow. That piston's about the size of my hand here. Hey. Huber War Coil, which this is one of the later, this is built in 1956. Road maintainers were built especially for light road maintenance. Yep. It's a little bit different than the one in the back. Now this in here is another road maintainer, but it's red instead of, and this one's an open cab. Uber has a Hercules motor in it. Bucket and grader. Model S, 1935. Magneto crank start. Walkinshaw motor. Now this is neat. See the fenders on that thing? Oh, this is the orchard tractor. OB orchard tractor. It was skirted. Model HB row crop tractor, but distinctives features essential enclosed trees and drop. Fenders keep branches away from the drives, while its narrow, compact construction, short wheelbase permit working under close tolerances. Orchard tractors. Okay. There's a little bit more about the steam engines.
We found it right out here.
We found it probably 50 feet from here. We're in the grass?
Yeah,
The first, or the drive?
not the drive. There's a big thing of grass and then the barn.
Okay, on the other side, right?
On this side, right here. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
What do you care with the digger with?
It's a pointed shovel.
One shovel?
Yeah. Yeah, I make sure that I fill it completely back in. Well, no, I try to leave it the best of it.
Yeah.
I take all the trash with me, even if it's laying on top of the ground, I grab the trash.
All over that fairground, I've been coins laying around someplace.
Then I found this, it's a Boy Scout from 1910. got a swastika on the back of it, but it's before the swastika.
Right, before the Nazi regime. That's an Indian sign. Is it, Indian tribe, peace sign or something for Indians is what. Yeah, I don't mind the picture like that.
I think he looks angry. I think,
Well,
I think he looks determined.
I don't think he should be smiling. And I think that's probably the way to go. He's very upset. And he should be. We all should be
I
upset.
support Trump. The reason I say that, I'm thinking about making sure.
Let's go to work now.
You can arrest him, I'm still on.
It was the sign of peacekeeping.
Peacekeeping. I knew
China-
it was a good thing.
There's what it looked like before.
China, Africa, and Native America. And why you do that?
As soon as first time I seen that, I thought the same thing. We got to checking on that and they was really, they said, no, it's not what you think it is, you know?
Yeah.
So,
You follow growing up in Marion,
well, you know,
Ohio?
the thing is, you knew the Nazis they took all their kids, they called them Boy Scouts. That Boy Scout, that's where they trained.
Yeah, that's
the
what
young
I'm
men. And I think they even had the girls,
Yeah.
but they trained the young men, they were Boy Scouts. German Boy Scouts, and that's, so.
But no, I was showing him. I just found these today. This one's a 1992 dime. I gotta get it. It sat in water, so it turned black. And it was 1914.
Huh.
Just found both those today.
Wow.
I gotta find something to clean them up. I gotta.
Yeah.
I'm
If you enjoyed today's video, as we did find out in the video, Grandpa's old tractor is a 1938 LG Series Huber tractor. This one has spoked wheels, which it could have been ordered with it that way. But in the video, the one on display had the solid wheels. Please like, subscribe, comment, and we'll continue with the videos. Thank you very much for watching.